hello to everyone. I hope everyone is in good health and well-being. This week we will start adding innovations to our lives. Get ready for a new layout. As Fadim Birail, I try to share the predictions of astrology with you as the Astrology Diary. In this video, I will try to explain the effects of sky movements between May 3rd to 9th on the signs. There will be really important developments this week regarding the countries. I will tell you shortly. This week, Saturn-Venus square will continue throughout the week. The Saturn-Sun square will continue throughout the week. Jupiter squares Venus and Mercury. These square angles point to sudden movements, especially in financial matters. It points at the risks. It points to our discipline. He says if you don't know, don't take a step. He points out that one should be careful, especially in financial matters. This week, Venus and Sun are moving in Taurus. There seems to be good situations regarding finance, aesthetics and beauty, the food industry, the arts sector. However, Saturn points out restrictions. Saturn signals sudden movements. In these sectors, it points to momentary gains and momentary losses. Mercury will enter Gemini on May 5th. We will use communication tools more intensely. We will want to act faster in communication. We will act more comfortably in communication until May 30th. Mercury retrograde will begin on May 30th. Mercury retrograde will continue until June 23rd. I will share the details about this in the next videos. Saturn and Jupiter are still moving in Aquarius. Subjects of upheavals are still on the agenda around the world. Strikes, rights and justice subjects, riots, youth subjects will continue to be on the agenda more. Mars is moving in the sign of Cancer. Home, family, homeland subjects will be on the agenda. Confrontations with the past will be on the agenda. The construction industry, real estate industry, catering industry, decoration industry will be on the agenda more. Jobs in these areas will continue rapidly. During this period, health subjects related to the stomach, respiratory tracts and chest area will also be more prominent. We should pay more attention to these areas. The new moon in Taurus will occur next week on May 11th. This week, we will start adding innovations to our lives. If we look at country by country in the world, America will continue to tackle health subjects more by the end of June. Losses will be higher due to health. However, thanks to new developments in health, solutions will be produced quickly. There may be a sudden development in the country, at the beginning of the week, regarding the youth or children. An unexpected subject may come up. Sudden changes may occur in financial matters on the 3rd to 4th of May 2021. Russia will do more joint work in the field of business this week. It will make beginnings about joint business. The deals to be signed at the beginning of the week will be very lucrative. It will create new business areas in the health sector. It may sign new agreements and contracts next week. War subjects will only be on the agenda until mid-June. There will be no real war. Israel took subjects from the past to its agenda last week. Tense situations will continue this week. There may be sudden tense situations within the country at the beginning of this week. Israel will begin to experience major changes within the country after the 19th of November 2021. Iran will hold more bilateral talks this week. There may be social movements in the country, especially at the beginning of the week. Until mid-June, there will always be tense situations in the country. Some leaders may have sudden and uncertain losses. We can witness this near the date of May 11th, 2021. In our country, topics related to children and young people will be discussed this week. Their educational subjects will be discussed. Financially difficult process continues. This week, the disappearances will be talked a lot again. This week, more domestic subjects will be discussed. Psychological conditions will be discussed. In our country, if there were no restrictions, public demonstrations could be on the agenda more. Sudden changes may occur in our country on the 3rd to 4th of May 2021, especially in financial terms. If you write in the comments from which country you watch my videos and which country you want to receive information about, I can include them in the next videos. You can send an email to astrologygunlagu@gmail.com regarding the subjects you want to ask or about consultancy. I prefer to send the birth chart analysis in writing for it to be permanent. You can send an email for birth chart analysis in the language you want. Now, I will share the effects of sky movements between May 3rd to 9th on the signs. I will write the minutes about the horoscopes in the explanations section below. By clicking on the minutes, you can progress to your signs faster. Sign, Ascendant, Moon sign, Mars sign, Saturn sign, Aries. I will try to explain the effects of sky transits between May 3rd to 9th to your sign. I published the video in English and Turkish, as 2 videos. You can also watch it with subtitles in other languages. This week, you will spend more time in social media, social areas. You will be more prominent in these areas. You will be more intense in these areas. You will meet new friends. You will be more in front of the community. You will lead. You will also benefit from this. You will be in a different social environment. You will meet new and different people. You will meet people with different cultures, different lifestyles and ages. You will be in different places that concern both your family and your living space. Mars and Saturn signs Aries, you will be in a busy schedule this week. You will add new topics related to decoration, real estate, home and food sector to your business. So you will be more successful in your work. You will earn more. The long journey topics, which started with the last week, will continue this week. You can complete your long journey plans. You will have long journeys for the next 2 months. This week is very convenient for buying, selling houses, moving houses and making home renovations. If you do not have plans and dreams for this, you should be prepared for issues that will suddenly develop. For the next 2 months, home, family, parents and spouse issues will be on your agenda. Throughout the week, issues related to your parents will be constantly on your agenda. You can witness changes in their life. You may have to take care of them. You can take long journeys with your spouse this week. You can take time for yourself to spend time in nature. You can also witness the changes in your spouse's life. You may also encounter developments regarding your spouse. Those who want to get married can complete these organizations this week. You can start a new life. This week you will create new financial resources. Risks and money are still on the agenda. That's why you have to be more careful. The money issue between you and your friends can upset you. You will start to include more technological environments, technological systems related to monetary issues in your life. You will start using these systems more. However, these systems also have risks. You have to be careful. Since the middle of last year, new style books and new communication resources have appeared. New platforms about media have appeared. You understand that you need to innovate in your business about marketing. That's why you have been in search of new things all the time. If you've made beginnings on these issues in the past 2 months, these beginnings will be long-lasting. These new beginnings will begin to open new doors for you. Thank you for your comments, for subscribing to my channel before looking in detail day by day. This gives me good energy for new videos. If we look at the week of May 3rd to 9th day by day, at the beginning of the week, those who have a job, you will be in a busy pace. You will be collecting business-related topics. You can get the news you expect. You may also come across new developments and issues that have been dragged on in recent months. You can make an appointment per week for job interviews. You will have a high level of work-related energy and you will be able to focus more on new jobs. In the middle of the week, you can spend more time in social media and social areas. You can make plans with your friends and get rid of the tension of the week. You will start to be in new social areas. You will start making new friends. Your energy may be a little low at the weekend. You may get intense. By dealing with mystical matters, you can renew your energy. At the weekend, you can be interested in art and engage in activities that will increase your energy. You have to control your psychology well. Those interested in art, psychology, you will have a fresh start at the weekend. This beginning will open new doors for you. On the last day of the week, your energy will be high. You will feel powerful. However, with the effect of the approaching new moon, your heart may get intense. At the weekend, you will make new decisions about yourself, your home, your family, and your spouse. I wish you a good week. You should also follow your moon sign for signs related to your emotional life, Mars and Saturn signs for signs related to your work and education life. Sign, Ascendant, Moon sign, Mars sign, Saturn sign, Taurus. I will try to explain the effects of sky transits between May 3rd to 9th to your sign. I published the video in English and Turkish, as 2 videos. You can also watch it with subtitles in other languages. Happy birthdays to those born this week. Have many healthy years. Venus and the Sun are still in your sign, which continues to energize you. With the new moon that will take place in your sign next week, you will start to add innovations to your life. You will gradually start to improve the traces of the past 6 months. You are lucky in love this week. You can make romantic plans with your partner. Those looking for new love, you can start a new relationship this week. This beginning will be a long-lasting relationship. May your perceptions be clear. In the next 2 months, you will spend more time with your siblings, relatives and people in your immediate circle. You will judge your relationships with them. This week, there may be some tense situations in your relationships with your siblings, relatives or people in your immediate environment. You have to be calmer. In your dealings with them, you should be more understanding. Those who are interested in art, those who are interested in mystical topics, those who are interested in psychological subject, you will have a lot of talks on these topics this week. This may be related to the job, it may be related to a subject you will improve yourself, you will feel better at the end of these interviews. This week you will also be dealing with health subject, you can have your aesthetic and beauty procedures done this week. You can spend a lot on these matters. Those who do not have a job can come across jobs in the decoration, real estate, catering sectors, communication, media, logistics, and marketing departments. You can evaluate these jobs. Those who work in the decoration, real estate, food industry, you will be more busy this week. This intensity can overwhelm you. If you are patient, your earnings will be large. But if you don't have patience, job changes may occur. This week there will be more positive developments regarding your business. If you have the money you expect from your jobs, you will get it. New business-related subject may come up, new business areas will be in question. You will have business beginnings. You will make big changes in the business in the next 2 years. You will either start a new job, change jobs, or develop your existing business. By the end of this year, you will be lucky in business. There will be a lot of job opportunities. If you do not have a job and are looking for a job, you should take this chance. But don't be unemployed when you want to choose a job. Pay attention to that too. This week there are great energies for your business, to start your social projects. If you start, these beginnings will bring you more money. This week will be a lucky week for money. However, you may encounter risky situations. You have to be careful. Thank you for your comments, for subscribing to my channel before looking in detail day by day. This gives me good energy for new videos. If we look at the week of May 3rd to 9th day by day, you will take long journeys at the beginning of the week. You can also make new long journey plans. Those who are interested in education will see innovations related to education at the beginning of the week. You will begin to accept them. You will have success throughout the week in matters related to education. You can also get the news you expect from abroad at the beginning of the week. You can also get the news you expect from abroad on education-related subject. You can start innovations in these matters. In the middle of the week, those who have a job, you will be busy with work. You will have a lot of business-related bilateral talks. You will make new beginnings in business. You will be successful in your affairs. You may encounter sudden developments in your business. Those who do not have a job will be suitable midweek to apply for a job, to make job-related interviews. You can evaluate this. You can also start a new job. There may be a sudden development regarding the new job. You should seize this opportunity. At the weekend, you will spend more time in social channels and social areas. If you have a business in these areas, you may come across innovations. You should evaluate this. You can meet new friends at the weekend. In the coming period, these new friends will add innovations to your life. At the end of the week, you will feel your heart shrink. You may be a little depressed. There may be a headache. There may be migraine pain. If you are prepared, you won't have any big problems. I wish you a good week. You should also follow your moon sign for signs related to your emotional life, Mars and Saturn signs for signs related to your work and education life. Sign, Ascendant, Moon sign, Mars sign, Saturn sign, Gemini. I will try to explain the effects of sky transits between May 3rd to 9th to your sign. I published the video in English and Turkish, as 2 videos. You can also watch it with subtitles in other languages. This week you will be very busy with money. You will create new sources of money. Money subject, which started last week, will continue rapidly this week as well. You will be dealing with home or real estate investment subject. This week will be suitable for buying a house, buying real estate, making new investment plans. It will be a very good week to start trading on your future investments. For the last 6 months, you have always been preoccupied with matters related to your home, family, parents, and spouse. You will now be able to get your head together better. You will establish a new order regarding these in your life. You will accept the innovations you have come across with your parents in the last months. You will accept the innovations you encounter about your spouse. If you need to move your house, you will. Already, since June 2020, new topics have been constantly added to your life. You have always tried to perceive them as well. Over the past 2 months, you have tried to put these together. Maybe you still haven't been able to cover some of the topics. In particular, you will be able to clarify matters related to your relationships more easily by the end of May. After June 10th, you will start a new life. You will start adding new topics to your life. Those who are in your education life, this week will be busy. If you have exams this week, if you are patient, you will achieve great success. You will get tired of education for 2 years. You will also learn to be disciplined in education. Regarding education, you will have a lot of beginnings. You will be very successful in education this year. If you add new technological tools and systems to your life, you will be lucky. You will learn to be disciplined in matters related to abroad as well. It will be difficult to plan. However, you will make sudden decisions and implement them. You will not have any problems with these applications. This week, you will do a lot of research into your inner self. You will try to understand your own feelings. For this, you will sometimes want to be alone. You may also feel like you are constricting. You can relax by spending time in nature, trying to stay calm. If you are interested in fields such as mystical subjects, art, psychology, you will earn more money from these jobs this week. You will focus on these subjects more easily. It will be a busy week with books, researches and communication. You will use the communication tools a lot. This may tire you a little. It can be difficult to gather your perceptions. You have to try to stay calm. For the last 2 years, you have started to research on technological tools and systems. Continuous innovations appeared before you. If you take technological tools and systems into your life, you will spend more time on these subjects in the next 12 years. You will benefit a lot. For the next 2 years, don't plan on long travel-related subject abroad. Until the end of this year, you will act instantly on long travel and abroad subject. You will make a sudden decision and implement it suddenly. So don't plan. You will be sorry. Just dream. Your dreams will come out easier. This week, about long journeys, suddenly your dream may come true. If your thoughts of living abroad, studying abroad, moving to another city, traveling to different countries are still not realized, continue dreaming. You will make these dreams come true by the end of May. Or you will start making your plans. By mid-2022, these dreams will come true. Thank you for your comments, for subscribing to my channel before looking in detail day by day. This gives me good energy for new videos. If we look at the week of May 3rd to 9th day by day, you will be dealing with financial subject at the beginning of the week. You may come across new developments regarding debt subject that have been on hold for a long time. You will have to find solutions to these. New bank loans may be on the agenda regarding new investment subject. Those who are waiting for news about the heritage, you can get new news about it at the beginning of the week. You can take long trips in the middle of the week. You can get the news you expect from abroad. You will have a lot of talks on subject related to abroad. You can get started in these matters. Subject related to education will also be on your agenda in the middle of the week. If you have exams, you will be successful. Your tests on education will be more in the next 2 years. You will make new beginnings in educational matters. In the middle of the week, you may encounter sudden developments in matters related to abroad, long journeys. During the last days of the week, you will have talks on new business subject. You can start a big business innovation. You can sign on business. You can start a new job. You can make job-related changes. On the last day of the week, you can make new beginnings in social media and social areas. You can make new friends. I wish you a good week. You should also watch your moon sign for signs related to your emotional life, and Mars and Saturn signs for signs related to your work and education life. Sign, Ascendant, Moon sign, Mars sign, Saturn sign, Cancer. I will try to explain the effects of sky transits between May 3rd to 9th to your sign. I published the video in English and Turkish, as 2 videos. You can also watch it with subtitles in other languages. This week, you will spend a lot of time in social channels, social areas, and friendships. You will have a lot of discussions in these areas. You will meet new people. These new contacts will open new windows for you. This week, every job you do using social media, social areas, technological tools and systems will bring you monetary gains. You will be in a fortunate time for your work in these areas. You should especially take this chance. You will constantly learn new things from social channels, digital platforms and social areas. You will start to use art, emotions and feelings more on these platforms. If you include social channels, social areas and digital platforms in your business, you will earn more money this week. Those looking for new love, you can meet someone new in social channels, friendships. Your friends can introduce you to someone new. You can have a romantic start. This relationship will be a long-lasting one. Married and those with a relationship, you can be in different environments with your partner. You can spend time in crowded environments. You will spend more time in social areas with your partner. You can make plans about it. You have entered into an intense pace with the last week. This week also marks changes in almost every aspect of your life. In particular, you will be very busy with work and education. You will be doing a lot of business talks this week. This can tire your perceptions. You may have trouble keeping your attention. Moving your workplace, changing your workplace, making innovations related to your business, this week will be very easy. You will have a lot of talks on business this week. If you struggle with challenging conditions in these meetings, you can accomplish great things. Those with Mars and Saturn signs of Cancer, you will be very busy in business for 2 months. If you are patient with this intensity, you will be very successful. If you can't wait, you may have to make changes to your job. It could be starting a new job, leaving a job, a change of department, a promotion. Those who are in education life, those who have jobs related to education, you will feel powerful this week. New training topics will come to the fore. You will also make new beginnings in matters related to education. By this week, you will be thinking about your life. You will think about what you want to change about your life. Also start dreaming about these. Your dreams that you will have this week will come true in a short time. Accordingly, make your dreams, set your goals, wish your wishes. Take advantage of the beautiful energies of this week. New job seekers can definitely find new jobs this week. You can find jobs especially in areas related to communities, social media, social areas, and sections related to technological tools and systems. If you are working in the food industry, real estate industry, finance industry, aesthetics and beauty industry, you will be very busy this week. You will shine in this work. If you have a job, you can use art, social media, social spaces, technological tools and systems more to add change and innovation to your business. These areas will allow you to be more successful in your business. It will allow you to earn more money. Thank you for your comments, for subscribing to my channel before looking in detail day by day. This gives me good energy for new videos. If we look at the week of May 3rd to 9th day by day. At the beginning of the week, you will now be collecting issues related to your relationships. You will make some decisions. You will gather legal issues related to marriage or partnership. In the middle of the week, you will encounter new developments in legal matters related to relations. In the middle of the week, you can hold discussions on debt issues. You will receive debt. Sudden developments in banking transactions will also appear. You can take long journeys in the last days of the week. You will come across new developments regarding long distances. You can start making new long-distance plans. Those interested in education will come to your agenda at the weekend. At the weekend, if you have exams, you will be successful. I wish you a good week. You should also follow your moon sign for signs related to your emotional life, Mars and Saturn signs for signs related to your work and education life. Sign, Ascendant, Moon sign, Mars sign, Saturn sign, Leo. I will try to explain the effects of sky transits between May 3rd to 9th to your sign. I published the video in English and Turkish, as 2 videos. You can also watch it with subtitles in other languages. Your business will be very busy this week. You will focus on your work. If you don't have a job, it will be easier to find a job this week. Open your senses and take action. This week, you will shine like the sun on your business matters. You will shine in areas related to your business. You will be more visible. You will earn more money. In recent months, you have had to take more care of your friends. You had to support them. You had to accept the changes in their life. You will be in more contact with them this week. You will be summing up the topics in the last months. In the next 2 months, you will focus on yourself. You will constantly take care of yourself. You will try to renew yourself both spiritually and physically. What do you want to change in your life? You will focus on these. You will start to dream about these. You will start setting goals. You will achieve these goals in June and July. Relationships are still on your agenda. Although the good developments continue, I can say that you still have a pessimistic atmosphere in you. You're going to experience emotional times this week regarding your relationships. Those who have a marriage plan can make them happen this week. This relationship will be a long-term relationship. In decisions about your emotional life, emotionality will take precedence over logic. You can suddenly make decisions. Changes regarding bilateral relations will always be on your agenda for the next 2 years. Subject related to partnerships will always be on your agenda for 2 years. You will always be lucky in your relationships this year. You will use this chance both in your business and in your private relationship. Those who have a marriage plan can make it happen this week. This week, sudden changes in your emotional life and relationship will be on your agenda. You can suddenly decide to marry and apply. For those who don't have a relationship, you should also be prepared for relationships that will start suddenly. You can meet someone new in an emotional environment. You must be ready for a sudden onset relationship. You will have a lot of talks this week in spouse, partnership and relationships. You will make serious decisions about your relationship. Those looking for new love can find new love in job-related, educational areas. You can meet someone new. This week, you will be in a lot of communication in social media, in social areas. Intense communication will tire you very much. Your perceptions may be scattered. You will also explore some issues in social media and social areas. New ideas will flourish in your mind. Thank you for your comments, for subscribing to my channel before looking in detail day by day. This gives me good energy for new videos. If we look at the week of May 3rd to 9th day by day, at the beginning of the week, you should take care of your health. You can get the news you expect about health. Those working in the health sector, public sector and service sector, you will be busy with your work at the beginning of the week. If you are expecting news from applications related to these jobs, you can receive these news early in the week. You can start a new job. You will have a lot of bilateral talks in the middle of the week. It could be about your job, it could be about your emotional life. These talks will lead to new beginnings. You may experience sudden changes in your relationships. You can also organize your marriage organizations in the middle of the week. This relationship will be a long-term relationship. In the last days of the week, you may spend a lot of unnecessary expenses. You can make expenses related to your work. This may strain you financially. You can also conclude new employment contracts at the weekend. This job will be the beginning of a long-term business. On the last day of the week, you will make serious decisions regarding your love affair. You will apply immediately. You will also make decisions on new matters concerning children or your children. I wish you a good week. You should also follow your moon sign for signs related to your emotional life, Mars and Saturn signs for signs related to your work and education life. Sign, Ascendant, Moon sign, Mars sign, Saturn sign, Virgo. I will try to explain the effects of sky transits between May 3rd to 9th to your sign. I published the video in English and Turkish, as 2 videos. You can also watch it with subtitles in other languages. This week, you can get the news you expect from abroad or from distant places. You will be very happy with this news. You will be emotionally intense. Matters related to your emotional life, long journeys, foreign affairs or distant places are on your agenda this week. You can also get news of good developments regarding your partner who is away from you. You can also get news of new developments on this subject. You can go on romantic long journeys with your partner. Those looking for new love, you can find new love on long journeys, foreign affairs, education-related fields. Those who are in your education life, you will be very busy this week. You will be successful in matters related to education. You will be more visible with your achievements. You will shine like the sun. You will have more long journeys this week. You will earn money from your business-related travels. The journeys you will make will be very good for you spiritually. If you have a job related to education, you will be very busy. You will earn more money from these jobs. This week, you will spend more time in social media, social areas. If you have jobs in these areas, you will be very busy. You have to prepare yourself for this. You can develop new projects in these areas. You may even be at the forefront by making a big leap forward. Job seekers may come across new jobs in social media, in social areas, in areas with technological tools and systems. You should evaluate them. You have been busy with work in recent months. After this week, you will begin to reap the rewards of these jobs. Monetary issues related to your business will be on your agenda. You will follow the issues of receivables. You will receive the money you expect from the work you have done in the last months. In the last months, innovations have always been added to your life. Opportunities have emerged for you to make changes in your life. You have always thought about evaluating them. You are not someone who immediately accepts the changes. You think too much about the pros and cons. So it has been difficult for you to accept the innovations in recent months. But now you will have to make the changes in business. If you have made your plans, it will be the way you want it. But if you are the code against change, you will be forced to come across. After June 10th, you will take easier steps towards your business. This week, you're going to have a lot of talks about your business. After these meetings, new issues will come to your agenda. You will also be interviewing about new business ideas. Thank you for your comments, for subscribing to my channel before looking in detail day by day. This gives me good energy for new videos. If we look at the week of May 3rd to 9th day by day, at the beginning of the week, you will pick up topics that concern children or your children. A new era will begin in the lives of your children or your children. This will start a change in your life. Those who have jobs in areas that concern children, you will be busy at the beginning of the week. You can develop new ideas in this area. You can achieve great success in these areas. You will make new beginnings in these areas. You may experience very important developments in your love life at the beginning of the week. Some issues about your love life will now be clearer. You will make serious decisions in your love affair. At the beginning of the week, it may also be the beginning of new love. May your perceptions be clear. In the middle of the week, you should take more care of your health. Health issues related to hands, feet, tissues, respiratory tract may be on your agenda. There may be sudden health-related changes. You should pay attention. You will have a lot of bilateral talks at the weekend. A new relationship can begin. A new partnership can begin. This beginning will be the beginning of a long-term relationship. You can organize your marriage at the weekend. On the weekend, you may spend a lot. I wish you a good week. You should also follow your moon sign for signs related to your emotional life, Mars and Saturn signs for signs related to your work and education life. Sign, Ascendant, Moon sign, Mars sign, Saturn sign, Libra. I will try to explain the effects of sky transits between May 3rd to 9th to your sign. I published the video in English and Turkish, as 2 videos. You can also watch it with subtitles in other languages. This week you will be so busy with business issues that sometimes it can overwhelm you. You should also be prepared for sudden changes in your job. You may encounter developments outside of your control. Your job may be a promotion subject, a quitting job. There may also be changes in your workplace, change in your workplace. You may also be a little unsure about the job. Job seekers, this week you can definitely get answers to your job-related applications and start fresh. May your perceptions be clear. Your start this week will be the start of a long-term job. Those with Mars and Saturn signs of Libra, this week you will have new beginnings in business. In the next 2 months, you will continuously add innovations to your business. These innovations will also enable you to be successful. You will be successful this week in education. Those working in the field of education, you will be very busy this week. This intensity can overwhelm you. If you are aware of this, you can be more patient. Those who expect money in matters related to abroad, this money may come to your hand this week. This week, borrowing issues are on your agenda. If credit issues related to new investments are also on your agenda, you will complete your transactions. There will be no problem in these processes. You will pay off your debts faster. You will produce easy solutions. You can spend too much on aesthetics and beauty-related matters. If you have a job related to aesthetics and beauty, you will earn more money from these jobs this week. If you have jobs in the catering industry, in the financial sector, you will earn more money from these jobs. Don't take risks with money this week. Be more careful. Sudden decisions on investment matters can hurt you. This week you will have more talks on foreign matters. As a result of these negotiations, new ideas will develop. These new ideas will be good business developments for you. This week you will have talks on education. You may come across new ideas about education. Since June 2020, there have always been innovations in education. You had to accept them. After June 10th, you will experience great starts in your education-related life. You should be ready for this already. Thank you for your comments, for subscribing to my channel before looking in detail day by day. This gives me good energy for new videos. If we look at the week of May 3rd to 9th day by day, at the beginning of the week, you will experience a confusion of emotions and logic. You will complete some topics related to your home. New topics about your parents will be on the agenda at the beginning of the week. You will spend time with your parents. Financial issues related to your parents may also be on the agenda. At the beginning of the week, new issues will come up regarding your spouse's money. You may have to deal with these. In the middle of the week, new love may begin. You will make new decisions in your relationship with your partner. In the middle of the week, you will see innovations in subjects that concern children or your children. You may have to deal with money issues related to children. You can spend more on children. You should take more care of your health at the weekend. You should focus on topics that are good for your psychology and health. New developments in health issues can renew your energy. You can get good news about health. You will make new decisions about your relationships at the weekend. Your spouse may have innovations in finances. I wish you a good week. You should also follow your moon sign for signs related to your emotional life, Mars and Saturn signs for signs related to your work and education life.
Sign, ascendant, moon sign, Mars sign, Saturn sign, Scorpio. I will try to explain the effects of sky transits between May 3 to 9 to your sign. I published the video in English and Turkish as 2 videos. You can also watch it with subtitles in other languages. There will be good developments this week regarding bilateral relations. You will put your relationship in order. You will be in public because of your relationships. It can be partnership, it can be your special relationship. Your relationships will be talked about by everyone. If you are married or in a relationship, you will experience more emotional times with your partner. You can make plans about it. You will have a lot of talks about your love affair. In these interviews, you will use more communication tools. There may be stubbornness from these interviews. You will earn more money from your joint business this week. This can be for short-term joint jobs. It may be doing a project together. In this way, you will have more earnings from the work you will do. However, there may be risks when it comes to money. You should also pay attention to this. In your joint business, you can make and implement sudden decisions. You may encounter unexpected steps regarding your partners. If you have plans before, you can organize your marriage this week. This new relationship will be a long-term relationship. You will travel a lot this week. This could be due to educational subjects. It can be related to matters related to your love life. It may be related to your relationship. You will be very busy this week on education. You will be successful in education. Those working in the field of education, you will be very busy this week. This intensity can overwhelm you. If you are aware of this, you can be more patient. Those who have a connection with abroad. Those who have a job abroad, you will be very busy on these subjects this week. You can profit from these works. In these areas, you can produce quick solutions to the problems that overwhelm you. You will want to be more free in your love relationship. This feeling of freedom can strain you a little bit in your love relationship. Sometimes you may want to withdraw into yourself, thinking that your partner is too much for you. This can cause some problems in your relationship. You can avoid these problems without solving them. You can make changes related to buying, selling and moving houses. This week, there will be real estate buying and selling. In dealing with this, you should be more careful. You may experience sudden developments regarding money. You're going to have a lot of talks this week on matters related to your parents. At the end of these interviews, you can witness sudden changes in their lives. This week, you can add innovations about electronic devices and systems in your home to your life. Thank you for your comments, for subscribing to my channel before looking in detail day by day. This gives me good energy for new videos. If we look at the week of May 3 to 9 day by day. At the beginning of the week, you will come to terms with your siblings, relatives and neighbors, which you have come across in recent months. You will start to see innovations in your relations with them. In the middle of the week, you will want to spend time at home. You can make plans to spend time with your family at home. You can make plans to spend time with your parents. In the middle of the week, you can make radical changes in terms of moving houses, making home renovations, and home changes. New ideas may also develop on the subject. In the middle of the week, you will see innovations in matters related to your parents. You will start to accept these innovations. There will be new developments in your love life at the weekend. A new love may begin. You can make new decisions in your love relationship. You can make serious decisions in your love affair. At the weekend, new subjects related to your child or your children will come to your agenda. These innovations will add innovation to your life. At the weekend, there will be new developments in your health. Your spouse's health may also be on the agenda. I wish you a good week. You should also follow your moon sign for signs related to your emotional life, Mars and Saturn signs for signs related to your work and education life. Sign, ascendant, moon sign, Mars sign, Saturn sign, Sagittarius. I will try to explain the effects of sky transits between May 3 to 9 to your sign. I published the video in English and Turkish as 2 videos. You can also watch it with subtitles in other languages. Recently, borrowing subjects have started to come to your agenda more and more. This week, more borrowing subjects will be on your agenda. You will have to come up with solutions for these. These situations can get you a little overwhelmed. How can you pay your debts? You will be constantly doing research on this. You will look for a solution for this for 2 months. This week, new investment subjects, new contracts and agreements will be on your agenda. You will do research on these. You will learn from your past experiences. If the subject of inheritance is in your agenda, you will also come up with solutions related to it. You will see innovations in heritage. New job seekers may come across jobs in the finance industry, investment-related industry, law-related industry, occult sciences, food, decoration, and real estate departments. May your perceptions be clear. The health subject of you or those around you will be on your agenda this week. You may encounter problems with the neck, hormones, stomach, chest, respiratory tract. You should be more careful with what you eat. You have to be more careful. You can spend more on health. If health-related surgery subjects are also in your agenda, you can perform them in the next 2 months. You may spend too much on aesthetics and beauty-related matters. You may encounter unexpected developments in aesthetic and beauty-related subjects. You have to be more careful. In recent months, you have constantly questioned the past. You will continue to question until the end of May. So you will better understand that you need to be renewed. You must also renew your life, yourself, your personality, spiritually and physically. You are no longer you in the past. You have to accept this. You should focus on topics that will refresh yourself. Believe that you want to leave the past behind. Convince yourself of this. The renewal in your life will also be fast. You have to accept the innovations in your relationships. Accept the other person as they are. If you accept it, your relationship will come alive. If you don't agree, you may have to end your relationship. Those who have a marriage plan can organize these organizations this week. You can start a new life. This will be a long-term marriage. You will have bilateral talks this week. These meetings can tire you. You will also use the communication tools a lot. It can be difficult to concentrate. Thank you for your comments, for subscribing to my channel before looking in detail day by day. This gives me good energy for new videos. If we look at the week of May 3 to 9 day by day. At the beginning of the week, new subjects will come to the fore in terms of money. You can get the money you have been waiting for a long time. You can make a new attempt to make money. You can also discuss new investment subjects. In the middle of the week, you can make plans to meet with your siblings, relatives, or people in your immediate circle. There will be some new things in their life. You can get the news of them. You will want to spend time at home at the weekend. You can make plans to spend time with your family at home. The weekend will be appropriate for moving houses, making home renovations, making changes to the home. The subject of moving to another country or city may also be on the agenda. It will be on your agenda on new subjects related to your parents at the weekend. You can witness fundamental changes in their life. At the weekend, you will come across new topics related to children or your children. There will be innovations in their life. You can make new decisions about your love affair at the weekend. It could also be the beginning of a new love. I wish you a good week. You should also follow your moon sign for signs related to your emotional life. Mars and Saturn signs for signs related to your work and education life. Sign, ascendant, moon sign, Mars, Saturn, Capricorn. I will try to explain the effects of sky transits between May 3 to 9 to your sign. I published the video in English and Turkish as 2 videos. You can also watch it with subtitles in other languages. This week, love subjects will be more on your agenda. You will have a lot of talks about love. Sun and Venus also support you in love. You can make serious decisions in your love affair. With this decision, you can start making your marriage plans. If you have had some questions about your relationship in the last months, you will start looking for answers to these questions by this week. You can make the decision to end your relationship and apply it. In the next 2 months, you will question your relationships. This could be your business relationship, it could be your love affair, it could be your marital relationship. You will experience endings or beginnings related to your relationships. As you question your relationships, you will constantly question the past. You have to give up on this, so it will be easier to renew your relationships or start new ones. Believe that you want to leave behind what you have experienced in the past. Convince yourself of this. The flow in your life will be faster. Maybe your relationship will come alive. But this will happen if you leave behind what you have experienced in the past. Maybe you will break more easily in your old relationship. Decide that you just want to forget the past. You will definitely be renewed in relationships in May and June. You will have a lot of bilateral talks this week. These meetings can sometimes tire you. It can make you a little nervous. You can also get good news from these meetings. You will make new beginnings in your relationships. Those who have a marriage plan can organize these organizations this week. You can start a new life. This will be a long-term marriage. The sky has really challenged you for the past 2 years. If you've learned lessons from the past 2 years, this year will be your year. You will take the pain of the last 2 years more this year. You will always face new opportunities, both financially and morally. You will always renew yourself. Please start thinking positively. Leave pessimism and doubts in the past. If you are still living with the past, it will be difficult to see the opportunities that will come your way. You will lose this chance. Since June 2020, the universe has been supporting you as well. By dealing with mystical subjects, religious teachings, psychology, psychic powers, you can better understand what you have experienced over the past 2 years and understand the lessons you need to learn from them better. This will allow you to renew yourself psychologically. By doing things in these areas, you can earn money this year. New job seekers may come across new job opportunities in the real estate industry, catering industry, law, architecture, and decoration. May your perceptions be clear. Those who have jobs in these areas will work at an intense pace. This intensity will overwhelm you sometimes. If you are patient, you will be successful. If you cannot be patient, you may have to change your job. With Mars and Saturn in Capricorn, you will be very busy in 2 months. You will be tested on your job. You will be tired. If you are patient, you can achieve great success. You can earn big money. Thank you for your comments, for subscribing to my channel before looking in detail day by day. This gives me good energy for new videos. If we look at the week of May 3 to 9 day by day, your energy will be very high at the beginning of the week. You can schedule an appointment per week for job interviews and discussions about your relationships. In the field of education, if you have exams, you will be successful at the beginning of the week. There will be good developments in terms of money in the middle of the week. New developments will appear before you. You can get news about the money you have been waiting for a long time. You can get this money. New investment subjects will also come to the fore. You will start making plans about it. At the weekend, you can make plans to spend time with your siblings and relatives. You can witness the innovations in their life. Moving houses at the weekend will be suitable for home renovations. You will be interested in new subjects related to your home, family, spouse and parents. At the weekend, you can take long trips with your spouse. If you have a marriage plan, you can organize your events at the weekend. I wish you a good week. You should also follow your moon sign for signs related to your emotional life, Mars and Saturn signs for signs related to your work and education life.
Sign, Ascendant, Moon sign, Mars sign, Saturn sign, Aquarius. I will try to explain the effects of sky transits between May 3rd to 9th to your sign. I published the video in English and Turkish, as 2 videos. You can also watch it with subtitles in other languages. This week you will be more interested in your home, family, spouse, parents. This week you will be very emotionally intense. There will be intense emotionality in matters of home, family, parents, spouse. Sometimes you may experience bursts of emotion. You will experience emotional ups and downs. You will experience sudden emotional changes. This week you will be holding discussions on matters related to your parents. You will spend more time with your parents. You will be in more contact with them. Venus and the Sun add beautiful energies to you. It will be a busy week in love and sensuality. You can make romantic plans with your partner. You can take long journeys with your spouse. You can have a good time. You can enjoy the sensuality. You can also take spontaneous trips without planning, because the plans will not work. Those who have a marriage plan can complete your organizations this week without any problem. You will feel powerful this week. However, health subjects can be a bit of a challenge. This week, subjects related to your health or the health of those around you will start to come to your agenda more. That's why you should be more careful and take more care of your health. In particular, you should pay more attention to the chest, stomach and respiratory tract. You may encounter surgery or serious subjects related to these areas for 2 months. You should be more careful. Those who do not have a job may come across new business opportunities in the health sector, public sector, education-related fields, service sector, food sector, decoration departments in the next 2 months. You can evaluate them. Saturn and Jupiter are still in your sign. They both energize you and constantly trigger changes in your life. Saturn is constantly reminding that you need to be more disciplined. Saturn continues to train you to be disciplined and determined. You love to educate yourself. You like to improve yourself. You like to do them your own way. But the next 2 years, Saturn will try to educate you in its own way. Sometimes it can be difficult for you to accept this. If you are patient when you have difficulties, if you get on well with Saturn, especially this year, luck will be on your side in almost every aspect. It will be easier for you to see the areas where you are lucky. Jupiter is causing you to exaggerate some matters. These exaggerations can sometimes cause you to make mistakes. You have to be careful. By the end of May, you may experience sudden changes in home, family, parent and spouse. There may be changes in their life. You should also be prepared for this. Those looking for new love, a family member or your parents can introduce you to someone. May your perceptions be clear. This week, you will complete the topics related to your job that you could not complete in the last months. You will find this power in yourself. Those with Mars and Saturn signs of Aquarius, you are in a lucky week in business and education. It will also be a great week to start new ideas, new meetings, new projects. You should evaluate this. Thank you for your comments, for subscribing to my channel before looking in detail day by day. This gives me good energy for new videos. If we look at the week of May 3rd to 9th day by day, at the beginning of the week, you may encounter situations that challenge your psychology. You may feel emotionally pressured. You may be in pessimistic feelings. You may be in doubt about some matters. Your energy may be low. You should take the subjects that will renew your energy on your agenda. You can spend time in nature. You may be interested in mystical subjects. In the middle of the week, your energy will be very high. You should evaluate this well. Midweek will be appropriate for agreements, contracts, marriage decisions, relationship decisions. Your beginnings will help you organize your life. Midweek will be convenient to make decisions about your home, spouse, and parents. If you have exams, you will be successful in them midweek. If you have an interview about the job, you will be successful in it. You will receive good news financially at the weekend. New monetary subjects will come to your agenda. You will encounter new investment subjects. You will set new dreams about money, new goals. It will be the beginning of positive developments in money. You can also have rituals about money wishes and requests at the weekend. You will also see that these will happen in a short time. On the last day of the week, you will come across new topics related to your siblings, neighbors and relatives. You can spend time with them at the weekend. I wish you a good week. You should also watch your moon sign for signs related to your emotional life, and Mars and Saturn signs for signs related to your work and education life. Sign, Ascendant, Moon sign, Mars sign, Saturn sign, Pisces. I will try to explain the effects of sky transits between May 3rd to 9th to your sign. I published the video in English and Turkish, as 2 videos. You can also watch it with subtitles in other languages. After this week, you will be more engaged in the topic of children. You will come across subjects related to children or your children. You may have some difficulty in these matters. You will renew yourself in these matters. Those who do things about children, you will be very busy the next 2 months. This intensity will provide you with monetary gains. Especially those with Mars and Saturn signs of Pisces, you can earn more money in your work related to children. You may also come across new fields of study. This week, you will be confused about your love affair. You will try to understand the difference between the concepts of freedom and loneliness. You may start to think that your love affair limits your freedom. But this thought can leave you alone. You will be caught between sensuality and logic. Even if you make sudden decisions, it will be difficult to implement these decisions. For 2 months, Your love relationship may hang on. It can be difficult to make clear decisions. In your love relationship for the next 2 months, there may be tense situations at times. You will make serious decisions regarding your love affair. This may be a marriage decision. This week, if you have a marriage plan, you can complete these plans without any problems. The next 2 months, you'll be in front of more public. You will be on the stages. You will be in front of the crowd. In particular, you will be at the forefront of your meals, decoration ideas, art, home-related matters, and children-related subjects. You will share them with the communities. Most of the time you will shine. You will talk a lot. You will talk a lot. If you have jobs in these areas, you will be busy. This week you will spend more time with your siblings, relatives, and people in your immediate environment. There will be innovations in their life. There will be innovations in your emotional life. You will be with them. You will experience more emotional moments. New love seekers, siblings, relatives, or people in your immediate circle can introduce you to someone new. This will be the beginning of a good relationship. In the last few months, you have been tired of your marriage, your relationship, your parents. Now you will wrap up the C subjects. You will question the last 2 months and the last year about these. You will make some decisions by the end of May. You will implement these decisions after the 10th of June. Those who want to get married can complete these organizations this week. You can start a new life. This week you should keep dreaming about the future. Dream about love and marriage and relationship until the beginning of June. You will start a new life from the beginning of June. Business-related subjects have been confusing you since December 2020. You wanted to make big changes in the business. You will make decisions on these changes by the end of May. Thank you for your comments, for subscribing to my channel before looking in detail day by day. It gives me good energy for these new videos. If we look at the week of May 3rd to 9th day by day. At the beginning of the week, you can plan to spend time with your friends. You can witness the innovations in your friends' lives. If you have a job in social media, social areas, you will be successful in your work in these areas. You may be interested in mysterious subjects in these areas. This can cause changes in your job. In the middle of the week, you may be a little nervous psychologically. You will want to soak up yourself, renew your energy. You can renew your energy by spending time in nature and taking long journeys. In the middle of the week, you may be interested in new technological subjects, tools, systems. With these, you can refresh yourself and your energy. You will feel strong at the end of the week. Your feelings will be very intense and powerful. You should take time for yourself for your wishes, desires, and dreams. You can perform rituals in environments where there is water and air. In the last days of the week, you can be successful in negotiations about your business. If you have exams related to education, you can be successful. You can organize your marriage at the weekend. This will be a long-term marriage. On the last day of the week, you will talk more about money subjects. There will be new developments regarding money. I wish you a good week. You should also follow your moon sign for signs related to your emotional life, Mars and Saturn signs for signs related to your work and education life.